to the race as they try to repair it. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Oh, we've got a crash on the track.
That's a massive hit! Into the turn 2 wall, Denny Hamlin popped up into the air. The 5, the 48 around. This looks to be a day ender for most, if not all of them. The caution is out for the first time today. Ty Gibbs holds on to the lead as we need to go back and decipher exactly how that happened. Poor Rodko on the call as his favorite driver goes up into the outside wall hard. Larson just loses it in the middle of turn 1 and 2 and just hit by Alex Bowman. Up the track they all go. It's so difficult to slow your car down here in the rain. Alex Bowman, you see, just had no way to stop before hitting his teammate. And Larson bouncing like a pinball back up the track, hard into Hamlin, who gets pinched into the outside wall. These cars have a tendency to dig down under one another, especially when hit on their fenders. They pop up into the air almost like an F1 car sometimes. Massive incident, and it's definitely going to be a day ender for the 11 and the 5. Both of those cars getting cleaned up now, as we also have to see Austin Dillon's hit to the inside wall. We are hearing reports that he may have a broken toe link. This is what happened a lap ago. This is going to be a very interesting situation as Austin Dillon may be the first one out and a huge crash unfolds into turn 3. No mistakes for the 9 of Chase Elliott. He's going to win the stage, and Logano's around hard into the wall in turn 4. And we have another incident at the back of the field. Almost at the same time, the caution actually came out for the first incident I talked about, not Logano, but it's Chase Elliott who's going to win the stage. As you see, the 31 and the 21, Harrison Burton and Daniel Hemrick, out of this race, as well as Joey Logano, all hard hits all around the racetrack. These drivers came prepared for a dry track, and they did not get one. And that's just Tyler Reddick putting the bumper to the back of the 22. I'm not sure if there was anything in this race prior to that move, or maybe Tyler Reddick didn't take into account how slippery the conditions were. But that is simply a misjudgment on Tyler Reddick, getting his nose in there too deep as Logano was turning in. Maybe a late block from Logano. But either way, that's the 22's day done into the outside wall. As we also need to go check on the incident between Daniel Hemrick and the 21 car. We're hearing the 42 may have been involved as well. Let's take a look at that. 3 wide into turn 1 off the restart, and the 42 just can't hold his line down low. The 21 hard into the nose of the 31. Big incident here. The gain machines on the bottom both collected. Allmendinger with some damage, Stenhouse with some damage. They're pulling it down to pit road, but look like they'll be able to continue. But it's definitely lights out for the 21 of Harrison Burton and the 31 of Daniel Hemrick.
7 year.
As now we are looking.
Big hit. Todd Gillen into the tire barrier. Huge hit for the number 38 machine. We'll have to see what happens. He might have blown a tire, maybe lost his brakes. We'll have to see what happens. Todd Gillen, unfortunate day for him, ending to his day for him. He was farther back in the pack, but was still running pretty well before this incident sadly happened to him. Big hit for the 38.
That is the biggest braking zone on practically the entire track. I mean, you're going from 180 to 40. We'll have to see how that happened. Here's the replay. Looks like I think he just lost it, maybe locked him up.
Unfortunate. Looks like he just maybe lost it on the reins, spun out, did a full 360, and then twirled it back towards the tire barriers. Unfortunate for him, but kind of lucky he didn't go right into that hard wall on that corner.
They'll try to tow him out of the sand.
Reddick trying to close that gap, but Ross Chastain, the watermelon man. Here comes Chase Elliott looking on Daniel Suarez. Keselowski on Hamlin. Oh, there goes Keselowski. Into the wall hard. There's Joey Logano. He's hit it as well. And then he hits Brad Keselowski. The caution waves here once again here at COTA. Big hit for Brad Keselowski and an even bigger hit for Joey Logano as well. Again, another product of this wet racetrack.
Yeah, we saw it there. I think Keselowski overcorrected, hit the wall, and then Logano, in a separate incident, got tagged from behind by, I believe, Eric Jones, and they both slam into the wall afterwards. Too much damage for both cars. Let's see a slow-mo here. Yeah, looks like Keselowski maybe just overcorrected. Then got beached on the curb. Logano comes in from Jones, and boom, just cleans him out.
Once again, just another massive crash here at COTA. Watch, see what this does to the
one of the day, and this rainy race has now been conquered for one lap. Oh, car in the wall, and it's Tyler Reddick. Hard hit on the front right side of that race car, and the first caution is down here at the Charlotte Roval. And Tyler Reddick, who is third in points entering this race, is now out very early on. Last place for him today, and let's see how it happened. Chase Briscoe dove low to try to get the position, and man, it looked like there was very little traction, and I believe if this race was certainly on the dry conditions, Reddick definitely could have saved that race car. But since there's no traction with these tires, and they're not used to this, Reddick just seemed to not be able to keep hold of his car. In this contact right here, overcorrected hard into that wall right out of turn 1. Brings out the first caution of the day, and he is out in early section. Logano trying every which way he can to get. Oh, one car stuck in the infield grass and blown up. It's Matt DiBenedetto, and the second caution is down here today at the Roval. What happened here? Oh man, it looks like that car just got out from underneath him under braking there, and it looks like he might have overrevved the engine when he was trying to keep the car from spinning any further. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. You can see the car picking up some of the turf. That's really hard to do. I wonder if the water has damaged some of that turf there with Matt DiBenedetto skating all over top of it. But he's blown that engine, and Matt DiBenedetto is a second.
Once again, they are dead even onto the rain. It is actively raining. We got a big crash.
They go around.
Everybody is around in the top half of the field.
It's the field.
Spinning.
It's the whole field. Oh my. What a crash here at the Charlotte Roval. The top half of the field wrecks after not taking those wet weather tires.
And these guys just all smacked their head on their laptop keyboards, realizing what they just did for their championship hopes. Alex Bowman involved in this one. A ton of other big-name drivers in the hunt for the championship just gonna be struggling after this one.
I have never seen something like this in my life as a stop-motion viewer. Unbelievable. Joey Logano was involved, Alex Bowman, and many others.
Take a look at the replay here. They get to the rain, slick tires, that is not going to do anything for you, and they continue to pile in car upon car upon car. It's a parking lot on the back straightaway.
What a crazy incident here in Oval's turns 1 and 2. These crew chiefs are slamming their computers shut. It is over for a lot of these playoff guys, and a lot of guys who were just having good runs today, unfortunately collected in this one. Once again, just slick tires on an actively raining racetrack just is not gonna work.
But that's the point of the playoffs. If you're underneath and you're looking for points, you got to take risks, and it just did not work out here. You see a ton of the damage on these race cars here. A ton of tape getting put
They're
down.
side by side. Oh, around goes Logano. Here goes Byron. He piles into both them collected. No caution.
Stay green. These guys try to right the ship as onto the oval. SVG gets the lead. That tail end of that race car side swiping itself around, but he keeps it straight there. Oh, what contact behind, and it's a couple of SHR teammates going around right before the oval.
That's no surprise, SHR in the back crashing, but nonetheless, SVG, the road course master and the rain master, is still out front, leading Christopher Bell into the final chicane.
While that all happens, take a look at the replay. Blaney off around, just got loose, and then Byron was also kind of upwards of the track and piled into him. They were luckily able to fire it right
and here you see, it looks like the 14 of Chase Briscoe just slid up into Josh Berry there in that right-hander. That is an uphill right there. Tough luck, they just got together.
Oh, Bubba Wallace!
And Bubba Wallace around early through the grass. He barely managed to get it fired back up. He's into pit road now. Let's take a look at what happened. Look at him all in the right. Whoa, he just completely missed it. Hydroplaning over the curb and hitting the signs.
I'll tell you what, though, he did a fantastic bowling exhibition right there on the infield. You see other cars in the bottom of the frame there also having some trouble with that chicane on the front straightaway. I'll tell you what, these guys are really struggling with this racetrack right now. Still fishtailing in the infield section there. Attacking the signs.
Logano! Huge hit into the barrier.
Big
DeWalt wall impact number 1. Joey Logano hard into the DeWalt wall. That's a playoff contender. His hopes are over. His season is done. The even year curse will not strike again.
He ends his playoff hopes into turn number 1 at the Roval, as so many drivers have done before. Logano's hopes go up in smoke.
Joey Logano, a very disappointing way to end his season. Let's take a look at the replay. You can see him in that taped up machine just trying to float around near the back of the field, and it looks like he just lost the brakes, and man, huge hit into the tire barrier.
It makes you think, did Joey Logano's tires give out because how dry the track is? You know, the drivers have been so used to their braking points in the rain. Did Logano flat spot his tires? Who knows? He could have flat spotted it or just missed it, turning completely.
Yeah, Joey Logano, very unfortunate mistake.
Dude, likewise for Reddick.
Oh my God!
Big pile up. 3 cars stacked on top of each other. How did that happen? We can't have time to show it right now, but they all seem to fire back up. Bubba Wallace trailing behind. A massive incident in turns 3 and 4.
Once again, a parking lot in some of these corners of the Roval. We are used to this by now, but look at Shane Van Gisbergen. He will win stage number 2, beating all these Cup guys.
Whoa, Truex! Hard to the outside. Whoa,
Big,
side attachment. The park comes flying off. Huge hit for Martin Truex Jr. He came sliding. Big hit. Let's take a look at the replay. He is done and dusted. Something fell off of that car.
Something.
And championship implications for the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. came into this just 14 points above. But let's take a look at this parking lot here in the infield. Man, they just came piling in. Brakes don't work as well when you're hydroplaning here on water on the infield of a racetrack. Just simply not built to drain as easy as regular roads do.
And you know it's really bad when you mix a wet racetrack, Austin Dillon and Harrison Burton. You know something's going to go wrong with those drivers.
And Alex Bowman does not get a good restart. They're 3 wide off the DeWalt turn, down into turn number 2. He gets launched up into the air and slams into the catch fencing.
What a
and
hit.
He's blocked the track off of turn number 2. Massive, massive impact there for Alex Bowman.
That is a massive moment for the 48 team of Alex Bowman. This will ultimately most likely be the demise of Alex Bowman's championship hopes, as he went into the catch fence and then blocked the racetrack. Something I didn't think was even possible at the Charlotte Roval, but it was.
And what a huge incident for the 40 of Alex Bowman. Let's see how it happened. First, spin house went around on the restart. That's how you knew things were going bad. And Bowman was fading fast, 3 wide, and then through the spray, pile drive into the catch fencing. A huge hit for Alex Bowman.
What a crash. Honestly, one of the biggest wrecks we've ever seen at the Charlotte Roval. Again, looking at Stenhouse, unfortunately just spawned after Bowman did not get going. Looking at this once again, Bowman has severe damage. Christopher Bell doesn't see him in the spray and absolutely destroys the rear end of that 48 machine. They are both out, and that will Alex Bowman's playoff hopes will go up in flames or more, be doused by the water here in the Roval.
And I'll tell you what, he almost got launched out of the ballpark right here as Bell just slams into him, and that will also most likely launch him out of the playoff round of 8. And we'll see, you know, what the damage is done here in a minute, but just taking a look at this incident here, I mean, the rooster tails are higher than, you know, a couple car heights there. SVG gets away, Chastain gets away, and 3 wide just doesn't work. And man, just a heavy, heavy impact there from Bell launching into that second turn.
I would like to say one thing. I see Noah Gragson stopped right here. He was lucky enough to stop on the track and not hurt his playoff hit chances any more than it already has today as he's running the back. But this will ultimately end Alex Bowman's day as he gets towed back to the garage area.
And now let's take a look at the second angle we found here. He should be in the back, just focus on SVG, and whoa! Look at that car get launched into the air.
Amazing camera work by our crew, but overall, once again, just such a violent hit here at the Roval. Alex Bowman, we're going to be lucky if he is actually okay. Talking about more of this to the driver, what a huge hit in the catch fence. Luckily, our camera crews and everybody were protected from this, and let's set it down to...
Thank you.